Hey, friends! Well, it's Easter time once again. I have me a chocolate peanut butter bunny that I'll be chomping on soon enough. Anyway, as usual, I have an Easter movie to share with you. Well, not really Easter, but it has bunnies in it, so it'll do. This time, we're talking about Peter Rabbit from 2018. See, way back in the day, when I was little, I came across Beatrix Potter's Peter Rabbit in the library, and I was drawn in by all the lovely artwork. Potter really was a fine illustrator, and brought a bit of whimsy to her depiction of animals. In the book, Peter is essentially a bad little boy. He starts out sporting a nice blue coat, and his mother admonishes Peter not to go into Farmer McGregor's garden. But being a willful, bratty little kid, he goes into the garden anyway. Of course, his mom was right, and Peter barely escapes the wrath of the farmer. He loses his nice coat and is quite the worse for wear by the time he gets home, and by the end, he's learned a valuable lesson. But honestly, I'm on the side of Farmer McGregor on this one. He's got a nice garden, he's worked hard to grow all these vegetables and all, and maybe he's a pensioner and he needs the crops or else he'll go hungry. And then Peter comes along, ruining everything. And sure, he escapes, but what if Farmer McGregor and the other gardeners have just had enough? Maybe they'll get together, they'll be so mad, they'll decide to deal with these bunnies once and for all. So Peter is not just risking his own life, but his whole family, and all the other bunnies as well, through his thoughtlessness. It could lead to a bunny-geddon. I mean, that's how Watership Down started, am I right? And it would be all Peter's fault. He doesn't listen to his mom either, and he loses that nice new coat. Kids' clothes aren't cheap, and now his mom, who's a widower and has to take care of all these kids, now she'll have to find the money to get Peter a new coat. I mean, Peter's kind of a dick through the whole thing, if you ask me. But as for this movie, this is not quite the same story of Peter Rabbit. True, it is based on the famous story written and illustrated by Beatrix Potter, but it's mostly an original story. So let's take a look. Our story goes like this. Peter and his siblings decide to assault Farmer McGregor's garden. And even though his siblings warn him against doing that, he plows ahead and does it anyway. Now he escapes all right, but things escalate. Then the farmer drops dead from a heart attack thanks to Peter. So Peter's a murderer too. Add that to his list of other crimes. Anyway, enter our villain, Jeremy. He's the manager of the toy department at Harrods Department Store, an upscale sort of shop in Britain. He wants a promotion, but he's passed over in spite of his manic dedication to Harrods. So he gets canned, but as luck would have it, he's the sole heir of Farmer McGregor, so he inherits everything. He wants to sell it all off for the money, so he can open a rival toy store across the street from Harrods and get revenge on the store. So then he finds the bunnies and these other animals messing up his house, and he wants to get rid of them. However, the bunnies have a friend in next-door neighbor Bee, a lousy artist who somehow can afford to live in this nice house. They don't tell us how. And yeah, Jeremy and Bee get the hots for each other, while Jeremy battles the bunnies. He has to make it look like he likes animals when in reality he doesn't, because he likes the chick. Will Jeremy change his ways and become a friend of the bunnies? Will he and Bee get together? And will Peter Rabbit learn anything and become a better bunny? In our cast, James Corden is the voice of Peter Rabbit. I liked him. Sam Neill plays Farmer McGregor. Margot Robbie narrates and plays one of Peter's sisters, Flopsy. Rachel Ward plays Peter's mother. Rose Byrne is Bee, and Domhnall Gleeson is Jeremy. And Cottontail, another of Peter's sisters, is played by Daisy Ridley. Not gonna lie, I really enjoyed this one. It's so bright and sunny, and it moves. This thing doesn't give you a chance to get bored. I think kids will love it. Some of the humor and references are a bit over the heads of kids, but that's okay. That makes it good for adults to watch, too. The CGI bunnies are light years ahead of the CGI hellscape of the Disney so-called live-action stuff like Mufasa or Lion King. The integration of the CGI elements and the live action is practically seamless. Really good work here. And part of the humor is that no one seems to notice these bunnies and other animals are wearing clothes. And the humans can't hear the animals talking. They're oblivious to all that. The bunnies leap and climb and bounce around like Jack Russell Terriers high on dope. Which real bunnies don't actually do, but then they don't wear coats either. Gleeson is really over the top, in a good way, with his comedic villainry, and comes off almost as Hugh Grant-ish. Byrne is a wide-eyed innocent with a big heart, and Corden is first-rate as Peter. This movie led to a sequel, Peter Rabbit 2: The Runaway, which I've not seen, but it has much of the same cast. In that one, Peter Rabbit winds up in the big city, I guess. I really enjoyed this. It was quite a pleasant surprise. I think this would be fine to sit your kids down in front of, or just sit down and watch it yourself. In spite of having been made in 2018, it seems to be free of the messaging and other junk like that. Obviously, this was made by people who cared about the source material and wanted to honor it. So I'm giving Peter Rabbit 2 3/4 paws up. Well worth a watch. You have yourselves a happy Easter, and I'll see you in the next one. Right now, I'm gonna go find me that chocolate peanut butter bunny I stashed away. I'm gonna go eat that thing right now. Here, let's go eat that chocolate bunny now.